Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Jim Vance, your Swole Life Fitness Beachbody coach. I'll bring you a video today, just kind of like basic tips, 10 basic tips to kind of take control of your diet, nutrition, health, fitness, that type of stuff. This group is geared toward clean eating, geared toward a more healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to kind of talk today about 10 things. I'll make a video, this short video, and then I'll make a blog post with more details, and I'll post that in the group tomorrow. But first, we'll start off kind of talking. The first thing I'm talking about is make healthy eating part of your lifestyle. Most people get caught up in this idea of dieting and eating healthy as dieting. And when you get in that frame of mind, you start to become bored with the food. You become bored with the process. And you feel like you can't go out, you can't associate with your friends, blah, 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 blah. And it makes it hard. I mean, guys have a hard time with it, especially because, you know, guys want to go out and eat a steak, drink a beer, and they don't, a lot of guys look down on you if you go and have a healthy, like a piece of chicken and some vegetables and drink water. So it's big on making this part of your lifestyle and allowing no obstacles to kind of stand in your way of that. And especially not allowing people's opinion of what you're doing stand in the way of that. Number two, load up when you go to the grocery store. Number two and number three go together. Number three would be shop when you go grocery shopping. Shop the perimeter of the store. Most of your ingredients, most of your food should come around the perimeter of your store. You look at your store like a square, and you should go around the outside of the square before you even think about going in the middle of the square. Always, I go through the produce first, and I load up on all the vegetables and fruits that I can think of that I need, and I'll try to fill up my cart with that stuff. Then I'll go to any type of healthy foods that I might need, like Jocelyn's Sheets, gluten-free tortillas, and she's gluten-free, so I have to get gluten-free stuff out of there, almond milk, that type of stuff. Then I go to the meat, and I just, chicken, lean beef, steak, fish, all that kind of stuff that I'm just putting in my cart. Move down to the eggs, move down to yogurt, and I haven't yet to go into the middle of the store. And I make it a habit to try to do as much of my shopping on the outside before I even think about the inside. And it's hard to do. It's not hard to do. It's just a planning process. I write my grocery list in categories. I'll put a copy of a grocery list example in the group. I'll just make a quick one tomorrow and put it in there. How I plan out my grocery list. And then, so big shopping the perimeter, fill it up on as much produce, vegetables, fruits, healthy things as possible, almond milk, lean meats, fish, that type of stuff, to add to your diet before you think about going into the middle of the store. Number four, eliminate added sugar. You're going to have sugar in things, and that's okay. That's just part of life. You may indulge in sweet tea every now and then. The thing is, you want to eliminate is the sugars that are bad for you, or things you have to keep adding, or just added sugar to your life that do nothing but bring extra calories to you. Number one, spike your insulin level, all kind of things that they're just not healthy for your body. So you want to kind of eliminate that. Number five, drink tons and tons of water. Water is so good for you. 70% of your body is made of water. Number one, your muscles work better and grow better and feel better when you're consuming a lot of water. You're not as full. You're not as hungry when you're drinking water. Most people are very dehydrated in life, and they go through their lives every day filling up on caffeinated drinks and whatnot, which all that caffeine does is expel the water out of your body, makes you more dehydrated. And they feel like they're filling themselves up, but actually they're depleting themselves. So it's a matter of trying to add that water to your diet and be consistent. Start small. If you're 8 cups is what you need to start with, start. I drink a gallon a day at least, and maybe up to 1.5 gallons. It just depends on how active I am that day and what I got going on. But it's a process. Now, it's not something I'm going to go drink 2 gallons tomorrow. I'm not going to do that. So you want to start adding in. I'm going to do my 8 cups a day. That's like mandatory. I'm going to do my 8 cups a day. Then over time, I want to build up to 100 ounces or so. When you eat, guys, sit down. Take some time. Think about your food. Think about chewing your food. the longer you take to eat your food, and I know we're on very busy schedules a lot of times when we're eating, but the longer you take to eat your food and chew your food, the fuller you get. And you're not gorging yourself in order to feel satiated. And so you're starting to eat smaller meals or smaller portions at each meal, which is going to allow you to decrease your calorie intake, which is going to in turn allow you to lose weight and live a more healthy lifestyle. Most people eat on the go, and they'll get like, Big Mac supersized meal or Chick-fil-A supersized meal, and they're not thinking about it. They can eat it in 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and they're just pounding it in, and they don't get full until 5 minutes after they're done, and then they realize they ate way too much. And that's just not something you want to do. If you're taking your time, you're chewing each bite, you're thinking about what you're eating, you're having a good conversation with your family or friends, you start to eat less because your body is sensing what you're putting in it. Balance your diet out. This is a big thing for me. I've now learned throughout my life. I mean, obviously, the younger I was, I just ate whatever. But as I've gotten older, I've learned how to balance out between carbs, fats, and proteins. And I make a very specific intention daily to get a certain amount of protein in, a certain amount of carbs in, a certain amount of fats into my diet. Because they're all really good for me. The idea that carbs are terrible for you is a crazy idea. Now, excess carbs, terrible idea. I mean, I guess bad for you. Same thing with fat. Fat's good for you. We've been told our lives fat's terrible for you, but fat is very good for your body. Your body functions at a very high level when you're eating good, healthy fats, like avocados and almonds and peanuts and things like that. For guys, it's very good because if you start to lower your fat intake, testosterone levels go down. So we don't want that. So kind of when I'm looking at it, it's a rule I've learned. It's called the 449 rule. All right, so we always count when I'm looking at my food. Every carb, so one carb is equal to 4 calories. All right, one protein is equal to 4 calories. One fat is equal to 9 calories. So it looks something like this. All right. So most people, when they look at their packages, and a lot of packages are wrong because they don't count in this manner, but when I'm looking at carbs, I'm looking at protein, I'm looking at fat, I want to make sure I'm balancing out and I'm not exceeding, all right? You'll look at kind of approximated estimates, and you can look at a lot of packages, and if you did this formula, you would see that most of the serving sizes are very off as far as calorie intake. So you need to make sure you're doing that. So you want to have a healthy carb intake, healthy protein intake, healthy fat intake. Now it depends on your body, how you process these things. For me, the more protein I eat, the better I am. Like my body feels better, I'm leaner, I don't retain as much water, all that kind of stuff. I do go through time periods where I eat very high carbs because carbs help me build muscle, but along with protein intake. But I don't like a lot of carbs. They make me feel blah. I always tell Jocelyn that I feel like a bloated sea turtle when I eat too many carbs. So I try to not eat as many as that. So you want to kind of have, I'm going to have every meal a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of fat. We'll talk about that moving forward in this group. Number 9 or 8 would be use other flour sources. Instead of white flour, let's go with like almond flour, brown rice flour, coconut flour, something else. White flour, there's an abundance of it. And there's way too much, and it has a negative effect on the body with the proportions that we eat, or the portion sizes that we eat as Americans. So we need to learn how to eliminate that. Don't make or buy products with ingredients you can't understand or you can't pronounce the name of. When you start to do that, you're starting to put chemicals in your body, and chemicals alter the way your body operates. And that's not something we want to get into. I know it's hard to eat all natural all the time. I get it. But if we're picking products and where chemicals are added in to every meal, we're not doing our body a service. All right. And then we want to focus on nutrients and not calories. Like I said earlier, these are your macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats. And we want to get away from counting calories all the time. Calories are good. You got to have calories. But you want to make sure you're hitting certain nutrient levels. And you can cut out your nutrient levels sometimes and still eat low carbs, and low calories, and it's going to affect your body in a very negative way. And you want to make sure that you're eating for your body size, your body goals, your body style, like the things you do daily, your work ethic, your exercise level, all that kind of stuff, all fit into these kind of parameters. And we're going to talk about how you structure your diet and structure your meal plans to fit your body over the next couple days. But I hope this 10 things were kind of informative, that you can use them. If you like them, please comment below, I liked. And if you want to add me to talk about something else tomorrow, please give me a message or send a comment below. And please remember to introduce yourself to the group. Name, where you're from, and your biggest kind of, or your hardest thing you deal with in nutrition. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you're having a great evening. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.